Hey, it is showtime. This particular day, I got caught up. I was out here working and trying to do some stuff, and I didn't even pay attention to what was going on. I'm waiting on Pastor A.F. Riggins to come into the show. I ran just a few seconds late because I looked up and they say, we're live. We're live. So as soon as I can get Pastor A.F. Riggins, Byron Glass has something he has to do tonight. I haven't heard anything from Pastor A.F. Riggins. I'm hearing it now. So just a minute, I got him on speakerphone. Hey, Pastor.
I don't have a link yet for nothing.
I sent you a link yesterday, Pastor, in an email.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I sent you a link yesterday. I can go in. Huh? You don't have it? I can go back in there and resend it. I'm on the air. I'm talking to you on the air right now. So I can go back in there and resend it from a draft.
I'm looking for it, Ryan.
I'm looking for it right now. Here it is. It's a draft. I'm going to forward it to you again.
It's a draft. That's why I never got it.
Is that true?
Draft means I didn't get it.
A draft means you didn't get it. Well, maybe I did draft it. Maybe. Hey, we doing this on the air, so don't worry about it. They'll know why you're not here on time.
I got it now.
All right. I look forward to you, Pastor. As a matter of fact, when you get in, I got something to say to you. All right. Bye-bye. Hey, you see how this stuff works, right? I always try to do stuff and have it done ahead of time. This particular time, I guess I made it, but I didn't send it to Pastor. So he should be signing in soon. I hope he's signing in soon, and then we're going with the show. I didn't even have my headphones in, so I have to look for him to sign in. As soon as he get here, we'll go with the show. So I just want to tell you, it's a lot going on today. I did an earlier Facebook post and a live. I'm kind of liking the lives because the lives give me an opportunity to say some stuff that I really need to say when it's on my mind at that particular point in time. Because some people just believe that they can do whatever they want. I'm not going to set my stuff up the right way. I'm just going to pin it on my shirt. Some people just believe that they can do whatever they want when they want to do it, and nobody catches them. Nobody calls them out for it. So I don't know if Pastor probably had to get something set up. Let me see if I can do this a little bit easier. See if I can. Nope, I can't do it there. But I had set it up earlier. Let me send it again. Because I thought I had sent everything. You might be getting this YouTube set up. But anyway, some of the stuff that we go through as normal everyday citizens kind of just blows me away, because we go through so much stuff in politics that sometimes it has you wondering if you're coming or if you're going. If you're coming or if you're going. And I mean that to say this from the bottom of my heart, that what happened to me today kind of just threw me for a loop. And I want to get into it with Pastor Riggins when he's here. So I'm trying to make sure that he has a link into this studio. Now I'm sending it again to make sure that he has a link into this studio. And I send him the link. Now I might have to go back, and I know what I'm gonna have to do next for him if he doesn't have that link. So we're just gonna try to get him into the show first, and then we're gonna go from there. I'll go into a little bit of it today, because when I answered my door this morning, I was sitting in here getting ready for my Facebook Live channel, and there was a knock at the door, and I said, who in the world is that at this time of the morning? Because it was around 8 or 9 o'clock. And when I went to the door to answer it, it said, the person said, hello, how are you doing? I guess she said her name. I couldn't get past that. And then she said, I'm here for Greg Abbott. a door knocker at my front door for Greg Abbott. Never had that before at any time in my life. And she stood there and we were talking. We engaged in some conversation. And I said, as a matter of fact, I know what I told her first. I said, you might want to go ahead and move on because I'm not going to engage in conversation with you about Greg Abbott. I said, because that's not who I'm voting for. I'm still waiting on Pastor to come in. I said, that's not who I'm voting for. And she still didn't engage. She kept on talking. And I just looked at her. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, who are you voting for? She said, I really haven't made up my mind yet. I really don't know which way I'm going. But I said, well, why are you out here soliciting for Greg Abbott? She said, well, they pay good. I said, yeah, I guess they do. I said, can I ask you a question? I said, I don't want to get in your business. I said, I just want to ask you a question. I said, how much are they paying you to do this? She said, I'm making $22 an hour. I said, what? I said, $22 an hour. She said, yeah. It just kind of blew me away. And I'm saying to myself at the same time, I'm kind of picturing in my mind. I'm picturing in my mind where this is going. And as I look at it, I'm saying to myself, this can't be real. There's no way in the world that they're paying this girl $22 an hour to go out and knock doors. To go out and knock doors. And I started asking myself, what is the minimum wage? What is the minimum wage? If you can afford to pay somebody $22 to go knock doors, what is the minimum wage? So I didn't have an answer for it. So I was already working on a podcast. And the more I was working on it, the hotter I was getting. The more frustrated I was getting because I'm looking at people that's not making $22 an hour and they're going to work. So if you can pay somebody $22 an hour to go out and knock doors for you, you can afford to raise the minimum wage in the state of Texas. That's the way I see it. I don't know how nobody else sees it, but that's the way it's working. I'm still waiting on Pastor to get in, and Pastor hasn't made it yet. I hope nothing didn't come up. I hope he's at home and he's safe or wherever he's trying to get to. I hope he gets the opportunity to come into the show. But that's the way I felt about it. And sometimes we got to stand up for something. If we don't stand up for something, every once in a while, you got to get mad about something that you hear or see. Once in a while, you got to express an emotion about something that you hear or see. And you need to talk to your people. So it was up to me to say something about it. And I'm still looking at the screen trying to see when Pastor's going to sign in because I send him the link directly from the show. But every once in a while, you need to make sure that you're able to talk directly to your people. I'm still looking for Pastor. I haven't seen him. So, Pastor, if you hear me or if you're out there, please come on. I'm looking for you. I'm stalling as long as I can because I had a surprise for you. I want to give up the show to Pastor Riggins today. I want to give up the first part of the show to Pastor Riggins because he's been trying to introduce something and my filing system was off. So I'm waiting on him to come in. As soon as he comes in, I'm going to make sure that I get this information out to you because I know that our group loves to hear information about what's going on in the community. But that door knock, I have to say that door knock got me. It knocked me for a loop. So let me share something with you. And my co-hosts always challenging me. So I want to get Pastor Riggins in here before I started this. And Byron Glass did this to me last week or the week before when he was last on. He challenged me to do. He said, "Well, we just can't give it to Gina Hinojosa. What has she done? What are some of the things that she did to earn our vote as governor?" And I want to go into that when, as soon as I see, I'm trying to save enough room for Pastor to sign in so I can see him, but I haven't seen him as of yet. I got a lot of Pastor Riggins stuff up there, so the only thing he has to do is call in and sign in. But here's one of the things that I want to cover. Who is Gina Hinojosa? Have you ever asked yourself? And Byron challenged me. He said, "Man, you throwing your endorsement behind somebody, and we don't know who Gina Hinojosa is. We know who James Talarico is. Well, we really don't know who he is. We just know that he was a candidate running against John Cornyn and Crooked Man." So, Kim Paxton. I'm sorry, Kim Paxton. But Gina Hinojosa, let me tell you a little bit. Gina Hinojosa was born and raised in the Rio Grande Valley. She attended public schools in Brownsville. She went to the University of Texas. Then she earned her law degree at George Washington University. She became a civil rights labor attorney. That should sound familiar because it sounds like Jasmine Crockett. That's what she became. Then something happened that many parents understand. Education became personal. Her son's elementary school faced foreclosure. She became involved in a fight over Austin schools. She ran for Austin ISD school board and she won. She eventually became the school board president. The school board president. Then she ran for the Texas House. She won. She represented House District 49 since 2017. And in 2026, Gina Hinojosa became the Democratic nominee for the governor of Texas in 2026. A girl raised in Rio Grande Valley. I see Pastor Riggins trying to come in. I got him. I see him, but I haven't seen him sign. As soon as he comes to the stage, I'm going to bring him to the stage. But I just want to say a girl raised in Rio Grande Valley is now asking voters across Texas to vote for her. To vote for her. The Texas voters will decide what comes next. The Texas voters are going to decide what comes next. I got Pastor Riggins. Hey, Pastor, how are you doing? I want to get you in here. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Pastor? You got your mic on mute. You got your mic on mute.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
I was telling them I was going into, and I need you, I'm going to finish up on Gina Hinojosa because I was telling them who Gina Hinojosa was until you came in on the air.
You went on live early, though.
Did we?
Supposed to be at 7:30. It's 7 o'clock. You went on 7 o'clock.
Did I go on at 7 o'clock? I went, it said 11. I did. I'm sorry.
Well, I tell you, what's going on?
Only thing I saw was live up there. It said go live. My timing was off and excuse the production manager because he was confused. My day has been confused all the way. So, Pastor, let me get through with this and then I'm going to give it to you. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone.
Boy.
Huh?
You something else, Ron.
I'm getting old, Pastor.
What's going
I
on?
need to get old.
Huh?
Gray hair in my mustache and my hair.
You went on hold 15 minutes early. Man, Baron Glass going to get you.
Yeah, Baron, I talked to Baron earlier. Byron said he ain't going to be able to come on tonight, so.
So you just went on without me.
Yeah. So I can't leave the airway. They want some information. So I'm talking about Gina in the house right now. And then I'm gonna go to your favorite person. How was your week, Pastor?
Pretty good so far, man. Kids at school doing their thing, but it's all right.
Okay. So you back in the swing of things, and as you told me last time, you start on day one with
Yes,
people
sir.
being there. I thought they had to build their way back into that program, but you telling me you.
Well, some of them are carryovers.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna go into your daily schedule, but Pastor, did you see my video earlier?
No, I missed it. What's up, buddy?
It was a Facebook Live video that I did where this young girl had came up to the door, but I don't want to go into it right now. I want to finish up where I'm at, and then I want to give you the stage to let you do your thing, because I've been holding back on you for a while, and I got all your stuff up this time.
All right.
So let me finish up this.
Put it up first, and then I'll talk, because I don't know what order you got it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I just want to do this first. James Tallarico, another present day figure, comes from a different background. James Tallarico, he grew up in Central Texas. He attended Texas public schools. He graduated from the University of Texas, then became a public school teacher. He taught the 6th grade on San Antonio's west side. His classroom contained children from the families facing economic challenges, and his experience helped shape the view of his government. Because the education policy looks different when you're standing inside a classroom, Tallarico later studied education policy at Harvard. Then he returned to Texas. He ran for the Texas House. He won. Education remained central to his political identity. Healthcare became personal too. Tallarico lives with type 1 diabetes. He became involved in legislation addressing insulin costs. Faith also became part of his public message. He studied at Austin Presbyterian Theological Seminary, and he speaks openly about Christianity. While arguing against using Christianity as a weapon of political division, in 2026, Tallarico became the Democratic nominee for the United States Senate. His chapter isn't finished either. Texas voters will decide what comes next. Do not make them into something they are not. And this is important. Gina Hinojosa is not Barbara Jordan. James Tallarico is not Mickey Leland. We're not asking them to be. We just need to know who they are, what they have accomplished in their life, and why are they in those offices right now. And Pastor, did you hear anything that you didn't know about James Tallarico?
And I know he had type 1 diabetes.
Yeah. Okay. Since Pastor Riggins, I'm gonna apologize to him ahead of time, and I'm gonna tell him he's been asking me to get this up so he can tell you what it's about. And I'm gonna bring this up first because I got this one to the stage.
Oh,
and
man.
I'm gonna let him tell you.
You came early on that one. Oh man, this is kind of off task for the show, but he was at the end of the show. Well, for 2 or 3 weeks, Ron has been trying to bring this to the end of the show, and it's a picture of me and Bishop James Dixon. Bishop James Dixon is the second, who is the pastor of Community of Faith here in Houston, Texas. Also, he's the president of the NAACP chapter of Houston. He's also the chairman of the Harris County Sports Authority. Bishop Dixon also is a leader in the community for social justice here in the greater Houston area. In 2018, he graduated from the Virginia University Lynchburg with a doctor of ministry in social justice leadership. He and I have been acquaintances and friends since about 2017. A good friend of ours, Ron, used to be on our Blog Talk Radio. George Nelson Jr. was an overseer in Bishop Dixon's Kingdom Builders Global Fellowship out in Brenham, Texas. George Nelson and I, what we're doing now in the 90s, we're doing in Washington County. We challenged the school district to get a Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. They didn't have it. We challenged the school district to get African American principals at the schools, and also African American male teachers at the middle schools and things like that. And I was a substitute teacher when I first started out with all this, and I got blackballed for 5 years. You've heard the story. And eventually, what happened was, Artis Edwards, who was also a principal out of Hempstead, African American, out of Liberty County originally, and or Liberty, Texas, who also was a pastor, hired me at the middle school. I became the first African American teacher in the classroom, but George Nelson was part of that. Fast forward, I moved to Houston, started organizing. I stayed in contact with Pastor George Nelson. He would come and preach for me from time to time. We started the Excellence in Pastoral Ministry Award. It's called Excellence in Pastoral Ministry Award. And he been an overseer under Bishop Dixon in 2016, I believe, or 17. We honored Bishop Dixon at that, and I met him personally then. And after that, he came to the Prairie View Trail Ride Association, which he had been as a young kid and a young man. He enrolled with the organization. The organization would camp out at his churches on Piedmont every Thursday night before we go into Memorial Park on Friday night. He and his son, who is James Dixon III, which his nickname is Third, started riding with us when Third was 11 years old. I think Third is about 19 now. They started riding with us and bring out their horses. Sometimes Dixon would ride my horses with me. I'm the chaplain for the Prairie View Trail Riders, and when he came on board toward the weekend, he would take over the chaplain services. Then he was a bishop. We ride together downtown and all that. We were friends. I would go and attend this Kingdom Builders Global Fellowship from time to time. But my bishop, Bishop Richard D. Prim, had been my father in ministry since 1999. And I was consecrated a bishop under Bishop Richard Prim in 2024. And Bishop Dixon was aware of it. And at that time, I just remained a friend of his and in fellowship with his organization. My father in the ministry died November the 1st, 2025. And when I went over to the convocation this year, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, about August the 8th, I was talking to Bishop Dixon about it, and he gave me a personal invite to become part of the Kingdom Builders Global Fellowship. And this is a picture of that. He's in all of his regalia because that day afterwards, they actually are consecrated to other guys as bishops in the fellowship. So I'm glad to be part of this because he and I have been friends working together, in fellowship personally, trying to do some things in the community. Now they got a bigger platform. The things that we're talking about here, Bishop Dixon is doing it. He has rallies all the time. I've been to his rallies before. Anything that comes up, anything that's a problem in the city, anything that becomes an issue, he gets involved with Isaac, the Isaiah fact. What I'm talking about on
I know who you're talking about, and also he's
Isaac Carey Isaac.
He's the president of the NAACP.
Yeah, the president of the NAACP. He works with Al Green. He's working with Sylvester Turner, Sheila Jackson Lee, Kristen Menifee, all those people. Then even with LULAC and all the Hispanic organizations, and they do this stuff almost every month. He finds a way to get involved in some cause for the community. So what we're talking about is involved in. Also, I've been blessed now to become part of the Doctor of Ministries program that he is the fellow. He's the proctor of it in Virginia University of Lynchburg. That's kicking off this fall. So this is a picture of me accepting my certificate to become part of his organization. And also we're going forward as being part of that Doctor of Ministry program. And I hope to be able to do even greater things than just talk about it on Tuesday, but be about it, which I've already been about it, but in a greater way, greater platform, and let him continue to become my mentor and my father in the ministry along the way. So this is a picture of that, Ron. Thanks.
Yeah, I know you've been trying to talk about it, and I apologize for not getting it up. I had it. And I said, if I don't do nothing else, I'm going to make sure Pastor Riggins gets the first part of the show to tell his story about this picture, because he's been asking me. And
yes,
even though I went on early, Even though I did everything wrong today, I want to acknowledge Pastor Riggins because that is a great thing because we need to have somebody active within the community. That's what Byron Glass always says. He says you have to be active, but
Yeah.
you have to be active with a voice, and that's what Pastor Riggins is offering, a voice for us in a larger platform, and that's good. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
You have to grow. But Pastor, let me just say this. I saw something and it just kind of blew me away, and I don't want to belittle it in any kind of way because I saw Roland Martin do something that I haven't seen done by anybody really that's in podcasting that's of significant value. Roland asked people to join this lady's podcast. She had a YouTube that she was just starting a podcast, and Roland asked people to go out and join. And I like that. I like we should do that. We should be practicing that fellowship of building up other people as we grow.
Yes.
You know, sometimes we grow so big that we forget who we are and we don't reach back and get anybody. And that's the reason why when we get up to the top, sometimes it's a pyramid instead of it being just a plateau.
Yes. Yes. I mean, hopefully we can, maybe someone, because we're in the fourth largest city in the nation.
Mhm.
And we've been doing this since 2015, first Blog Talk Radio, and now on YouTube with two gents and a mic. Hopefully someone can get traction, not because we want to be known, not because we want to try to make any money, not because we want to try to get any popularity, but we need to be able to impact our community, our city, and our world. So hopefully my involvement with the Doctor Ministries program, when I begin to write papers and begin to do research and begin to put content out there, that I can maybe we get some traction nationwide. Bishop Dix has traction nationwide. Man, I've been on some conference calls with thousands and thousands of pastors and ministers and bishops across the nation when Kamala Harris decided to run. Jasmine Crockett hooked us up with these guys, with Frederick Hayden III and all these people. And man, we were thousands of people on the line. So there's a wide open opportunity for what we're saying in our content become relevant and also become greater, have a greater audience, a bigger platform as we move forward. So hopefully, so someone like Roland Martin or Don Lemon or something and D.L. Hughley maybe catch up what we're doing and include us in it at some point.
Yeah, and Pastor, you're absolutely right. We've been doing this for a while, but here's the thing. I know one thing about our show. We don't mind correcting each other. We have conversations here, and if I get something wrong, Pastor's gonna correct me. Glass gonna correct me. If they get something wrong, we're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna discuss it, and then we're gonna come to a point, as all grown men should do. If we don't teach anything else, we can teach you how to be a grown man and have a discussion. And come back and look at each other and say, hey, you know what? We just had a discussion about something we both disagreed on. But we got there by just talking about it. So, Pastor, I'm gonna do something that kind of blows me away because I was able to do it on. I'm see if I'm able to do it right now because it kind of just took me for a loop earlier today. And me and Glass was so upset about it. I think it was one of the things that Glass talked about. So I'm gonna try to add this in my spot, and then we're gonna still talk at the same time.
Okay.
You can't hear it, Pastor, because I got to bring it up on this thing right here. Let me get on so I can find it. I hope I got it because it worked earlier. It did work earlier. You pause it. This particular guy here is talking about his feelings about Trump. And he's letting it be known he's from the state of Texas, and he's actually a person that's running for office in Texas. And I can get it up now. I see
Trump always have made sure that we
Can you hear it?
back him up and MAGA agenda. And so hence the title, MAGA Maze, right? I'm a Make America Great Again guy. President Trump is the best president we've ever had. Let me be clear about that. And also, the election was stolen from him in 2020. I am 100%.
I just want you to hear. Did you hear what he say?
Yes, sir. I know he said Trump is the best president we ever had, and election was stolen from him in 2020.
Hence the title, MAGA Maze.
Can you believe that?
I'm a Make America.
Oh yeah, I know. I've heard about him before.
President Trump is the best president we've ever had.
Now, it's people in the state of Texas that believe that's true.
Yeah, I know.
Believe it or not, it's people in the state of Texas that believe that is true. Pastor, what say you? I'm gonna use one of glasses.
Man, no, man. You could drive all around Texas, man, and you'll find big old billboards in Trump country.
Mm-hmm.
They even have a Trump burger restaurant in Belleville, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. This is why we're in the fight of the century right now. I know it's 2021, 21st century, rather. 2026, I'm trying to say, 21st century, what I said. But the fight of the century is to flip Texas with Tallarico and Jen Hinojosa.
Mm-hmm.
Tallarico is 5 or 6 points ahead of Ken Paxton. This man is running for Ken Paxton's position, I believe, to be the Attorney General.
Attorney General. He's out of Baxter County somewhere.
Jen Hinojosa is 1 point behind Abbott now. And if we, when I say we, independents and Democrats, and everyone that wants to change Texas go out and vote in numbers, this could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let me tell you, when it happens, it's going to be long drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to try to stop the counting of vote in Harris County. They're going to try to stop the counting of vote in Dallas. They're going to try to stop the counting of vote in San Antonio and El Paso.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be lawsuits. I guarantee them some lawsuits.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to hold back the flip. If it's not clear, like if it's close, if it's anywhere close in any of those elections, Tallarico or Hinojosa, it's going to be drawn out to some lawsuits because they do not want to relinquish the power of racism, otherisms, MAGAism. MAGA is like a maggot, and a maggot is a fly. That's nasty. And flies eat boo-boo. I'm just leaving that right there. I know I'm going way off, but that's how I feel about them. I don't cuss. I don't talk stupid about nobody, but what they stand for, how they treat people, the greed, the gluttony, the racism, the hate, the Christian nationalism, all that stuff is nothing but a bunch of crap. And that's what they feed off of.
Yeah. And Pastor, I'm good. Since you jump right there before I jump into the next one, I want you to look at this one.
Residential customers as well as small business customers. Those are bottom line expectations. Data centers must bring their own power. They must reuse their own water, and they must reduce electricity costs for residential customers as well as small business customers. Those are bottom line expectations. Data centers must bring their own power, reduce electricity costs for residential customers as well as small business customers. Those are bottom line expectations. Data centers must bring their own power. They must reuse their own water.
I played it about 2 or 3 times. I'm gonna bring myself back to the stage with you, and I want to discuss that because one of the reason why I want to discuss it, Pastor, is because if data centers was the problem, and he didn't do enough research going into it, why did he just wait till almost time for the election and then want to come up and say, "Oh, we're gonna pause it"? We got to put a pause on it because it's not making any sense to me. If you're going to pause it, that means that you didn't do enough research. Everybody else has to pay for your mistake that you made as a governor. You have people down ballot that could have did the actual research to find out what the problems was with bringing data centers in. but he just took it another direction. So before I go any further, I just want to get your opinion of him pausing it
It's
before
a lie.
election time.
It's a lie. A lie. If he wins, data center is gonna be up and running.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it because the rural people in the rural Texas who are mostly vote conservative and Republican are crying and whining about it and saying that it's destroying their neighborhoods, destroying their farmlands, destroying their community properties and all that stuff. So he looked at it as a problem for his electoral to get elected. He's saying he's pausing it. He's saying everything what data center must do. If he wins, he's gonna say, too bad, we're gonna do it straight ahead. Because all they're about is lining the pockets of the rich. It's a lie. It's a lie.
It is a lie, Pastor. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lie, and it's a lie that some Texans are buying into. Because they say, well, he's stopping it. He's stopping it. Well, if that's the problem and he's stopping it, let me share something with you. I'm not a scientist. I don't even do anything with data centers. But here's something that I shared earlier. It ain't the data centers, and you're worried about where they're going. If they're using water and they can bringing it in clean water and they're contaminating it, they should be responsible for cleaning it and putting it back out into the system. But the way that they operate now, they bring the water in and it's contaminated. Once it's contaminated, they just dump it into whatever area that they're in. If it's a city or municipality or a small city like Pastor or a rural area, you know who's got to clean that water up so it can come back up to standard? That city. And eventually, you know, when all that pollutants in there, you know what happens after that time is that they start raising your prices of the same water. And you wonder how come they're raising it? Well, it's costing them more to clean it back up to get it to a point where you can take a shower. Because most people are not even drinking it. But the way they eliminate it, make them responsible for it. But he's saying something like what I'm saying, but he's saying it after the fact. That he's allowed them to come in. And he's not saying nothing to the people that's already here to go back and clean it up. You have
He's
to
only saying it because he want to try to get votes.
Yeah, that's all he's trying to do.
He's not even genuinely, he don't really care. He's lying.
We know that. They've been in office for 30 years. If they had all these great ideas that he's just coming up with, they would put them out a long time ago. They would put it out right. This 90 days, 75 days out from election time, and you mean to tell me you're gonna put out this kind of stuff? You've been in 2 terms, 3 terms. Is it 3 terms, Pastor?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
He's underestimated. They underestimated Tallarico versus Paxton.
Mm-hmm.
If Cornyn was running against Tallarico, it'd have been hard for Tallarico to win.
Mm-hmm.
Because Cornyn got all his experience. He has a name brand. And he's almost like he fights against Trump sometimes, most times stay with Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Soon as Paxton won that primary, that messed everything up for Abbott. Mm-hmm. So now Abbott's trying to run for cover because Tallarico is taking Jen Anna Host in his tailwinds.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I sent y'all a video of him speaking at a church. I wish you could have put that up.
I didn't get the videos of him speaking. I'm still going another direction tonight.
Right. Yeah. I sent you the video of King Jefferson trying to say why he met with.
No. We're gonna go there.
You gonna play his video? Why he tried to say
part of his video. I can't listen to all of it because I know it ain't nothing but a bunch of lies. Yeah, we got it. But I want to comment on what we were just talking about before we move on to something else. I think that Abbott is scared. Mm-hmm. Abbott knows that we're not going, that he's not getting the traction that he normally gets, and here's something, Pastor, I want to tell you about that happened to me also today. This was the first. I actually had a person calling polling. I participated in a poll today. I couldn't believe it. I said, first, the girl knocks at my door this morning trying to tell me about Abbott. And I found out that they was making $22 an hour when the average person ain't making that.
Yeah, they man, look at man. They're desperate. They're desperate. They're desperate.
They paying this girl, Pastor. This is what I want. I did this before you got on there, but I want to come back to my point because I got a bigger point to make on that polling part. But $22 an hour. When a kid goes to work, I forgot what the minimum wage is, but I think it's something like $7.25 or something like that.
$7.50
minimum wage that they go out or minimum wage.
You're doing good working Randall's. You're making about $10 an hour. HEB about $12 an hour.
So you mean to tell me that a person that's supporting the family or trying to pay apartment note or trying to live on their own, they making let's say $7 to $10 an hour at Randall's sacking groceries, standing behind a cashier, or anywhere else that you can go. But how many people, Pastor, in the state of Texas, do you think that you could just walk up to and ask them, do you make $22 an hour?
You have to, at least have some type of associate degree or have some kind of experience in your field a long time. Now, if you go to trade schools and go to HVAC and all that kind of stuff is one thing, but just a normal like working at Buc-ee's or working in the office as secretary, clerical, or something like that, you might be making 18, 20, 21, maybe at the most. But walking around knocking on doors as a young person for a campaign at $22 an hour, they used to be volunteer work. They used to be volunteer work.
Pastor, keep talking for a minute because I'm going somewhere before we.
They used to be volunteer work.
Here. Hold on, because I gotta do something. Just keep talking, Pastor.
It used to be volunteer work, but now they're paying people to do that because they're desperate. They're putting millions of dollars into this campaign against the Democrats in Texas. They're putting millions of dollars into it. They're afraid, man. They're afraid.
Yeah, I just took care of it. I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I didn't think he was gonna have time to come on tonight. He sent me me the same thing that you did, Pastor.
Yeah. He said send me the link. Yes, Baron Glass want to come on.
I sent it.
Let him come on.
BG, I got you on speakerphone and I sent you the link just now.
Okay, all right.
Come on in, Baron Glass.
Yeah, here's the thing that Pastor I want to say about this polling person. They asked me about maybe 10 or 15 questions. I guess they was trying to see where I was going with it. By the time we got off the telephone, I'm asking this polling person, and I said, "Can I ask you a couple of questions?" I said, "Who are you going to vote for?" "Oh, I don't know who I'm gonna vote for. I don't know who I'm gonna vote for or anything like that." And I said, "Well, just." So we just started having a general conversation after she got through asking questions. And come to find out, the polling person didn't know who they was going to vote for. They lying.
Run their line. They line. They know what they vote for, but they want to try to keep it down the middle so they can act like they're neutral. They know what they vote for. When they ask you the questions, what did it feel like who they were supporting when they asked you the questions?
It felt like they was leaning toward. They was talking more about what was going on in Peoria County, and they was talking about what Democrats have done, and the questions was leaning toward the Democratic side. That's the reason why I said what I did when I said it. And like I said, that was the first time I ever had somebody call me for polling.
I think it's a bait and switch. I think it's Republicans.
Well, she ran into the wrong person because you know how I get when I'm talking about politics, and I don't have no problem telling nobody. BG, how are you doing? Before you came in, because I'm gonna tell you something, Pastor. Let me share something with you. My son and Byron Glass was in the same city today. They didn't get a chance to hook up, but my son told me, he said, next time I'm there, so I'm gonna take a little bit of time and he's gonna hook up with Byron Glass. He
But
said he'll
Baton
be there
Rouge,
by-
Baton Rouge, or where?
No, Monroe, Louisiana.
Monroe, Louisiana. That's where I went to school at, man. University of Louisiana, Monroe. Back then it was Northeast Louisiana University, is where I met Baron Glass at. Went to school with him 4 years.
Well, Byron, I'm gonna let you come in and introduce yourself because the next segment of the show, I know you want to say something about it.
No, man. I told you I didn't think I was going to, I've been around the world in a day. So I'm back. I was sitting down. I said, man, the podcast's on. Let me call in Riggins. I'm very, 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 very disappointed in Hakeem Jeffries. And I'm to the point now to where if the opposing side was to conquer the House, I think they need to get somebody else. I'm definitive on that. There's nothing that he can do to change my mind.
An event here in the community in Brooklyn.
Go ahead, y'all keep talking. I'm gonna get it up, Pastor.
Talk on this Jared Kushner situation.
What you think, Riggins?
He asked for a meeting, and I took it to discuss the affordability crisis that exists that is not a hoax. At the same period of time, I shouldn't have to say it, but I am. No one is going to get a pass. We're going to hold every single member of the Trump cartel accountable, beginning on day one. If you're stealing from the American people, shortchanging the American people, or screwing over the American people, you're going to be held accountable. We're going to follow the facts, apply the law, and be guided by the Constitution, beginning on day one, and hold the crooks accountable.
That's what I got. So,
and that's what we've done as House Democrats.
Let me just get him out of here and give
from the beginning of this Congress.
Y'all just wait.
Battle the.
Okay, I'm back up, Pastor Riggins. BG, I know you had to go do something real quick, and I know you're gonna come back, Pastor. I want to get your comments on what he said. BG back. Come on, BG.
I really believe this is what happened. And this is how I know he's incompetent. I think Akeem's is sincere, but he's been outplayed. Trump and him knows that he's power hungry. They know he's a rookie. He's never been a Speaker of the House before. They invite him over to a meeting and they're going to use it against him. They're going to tell everybody, see, why y'all want to vote for the Democrats? But he came not even strong enough to even meet with Jared Kushner. They played him. I think he sincerely went to the meeting, hollering about this affordability stuff and saying what all he's going to do, but got played. You never meet with the devil. That's what Baron Glass would say. You never meet with the devil. It's a song we had in church growing up. Don't let the devil ride. Let the devil ride, he's going to want to drive. Don't let the devil hold your hand. If let him hold your hand, he's going to join his band. Don't let the devil ride. He got in there with Jared Kushner and then made a fool out of him.
But AF, and you're right. And see, here's the problem. What they did was met with the enemy to find out where they got some wiggle room at, and now they're going to use it again. But see, my problem is this, is that all the while they had the power and they didn't see the failure of the leadership. They didn't want to meet with Jeffries. He was a second-class citizen. Now all of a sudden you want to meet with him, and you so happy they want to meet with you. You took the meeting. Man, listen, Riggins, I'm done with him. He has no, Pelosi would have never met with him.
Absolutely. And here's
yeah, Tip O'Neill wouldn't have met with him. Shit, come on, man.
I'm gonna say this, and here's what I want to say. The only reason why we having him come out and apologize, and I want to tell you the reason why he had on blue instead of green. That actually, my green screen is behind me, so it looked like he was blue because it turns it blue, but he was in a green hat with New York Yankees on it. But here's the thing that I want y'all to concern yourself about. He knew the optics were bad before he even took the meeting. But what he didn't expect to happen was for somebody to get it out there. Yep. He didn't expect for it to come out. and it's been out for a while. People have been talking about it, even in where he's from, because I done heard other podcasters that support Hakeem Jeffries on other issues come out and say it. But let me tell you, let me go back like I need to do, because I need y'all to know how bad this is. You remember a person that they wanted to give a day? I can't say it because Pastor Riggins out here. He went against the whole system and voted for him to have a day. Do you know the Black Caucus, Democratic Black Caucus, didn't vote the same way he did? We gave him a pass, didn't we, Glass? We gave him a pass. We moved on down the line. Do you know that when Israel came up just recently, he voted in favor of it when everybody else was on the other side of it? Do you know that he voted to keep the war, to keep funding Israel and everybody else? Okay, that's fine. You stood on that. But here's the thing that people fail to realize. If you go back and research where his money comes from, the PACs that support him, they come from PAC money from Israel. And he's been like that for years. So what made you think that he was going to change when it came up before Congress? He just surprised. He didn't surprise most people, but we're surprised.
And Jared Kushner is a Jew. I'm not talking negatively. I'm talking factually. Am I right?
Yeah.
No. That's not what I'm upset about. What I'm upset about is he knew the optics were bad.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But he's still in the bed with him.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have never took the meeting. Like last day, he should have never put himself in a position of compromise. And then if he said that he was going to take the meeting, what he should have did. Where are we? We're on the podcast right now. We can take that. He could have took the meeting on in the public. What was Jared Kushner going to tell him that he couldn't tell him on a public podcast like this?
Public forum somewhere.
Because I wouldn't have compromised who I am as a person to take that meeting and then not put it out until people press me on it. Then once they start putting the thumb on him, then he want to say, oh, y'all just treat me like Stephen A. Smith. Like I'm Stephen A. Smith. No, they ain't treating you. They treating you like you, Hakeem Jeffries. You have a pattern of going against what everybody else has, and you have a pattern of supporting people that's putting money in your pockets.
First of all, why do you even try to mention Stephen A. Smith? Stephen A. Smith is a journalist. He's not even a politician. So he's sorry if you try to compare himself to that. Hakeem Jeffries is weak.
Wait, Pastor. You ain't gonna get away with that, because I'm gonna tell you, that's Stephen A. Smith to me in his fullest. He's Hakeem Jeffries.
No, but what I'm saying is Hakeem Jeffries, for him to try to compare himself to Stephen A. Smith,
no, he wasn't comparing himself. I did. Let's correct it. I did. I compared him to Stephen A. Smith. Being weak, not standing up, being weak, not knowing not to take a meeting. How can you not know that you shouldn't take that meeting when you number 2 in the House?
When you want to become the Speaker of the House. They played him. They played him to try to minimize that, to try to show the Democrats, y'all think y'all about to come against Trump. We got him in our back pocket, even though he's not in their back pocket, and try to make it look like it. To weaken the voting turnout. They're trying everything they can to try to soften the blow that it won't happen in November.
At the end of the day, Riggins, he shouldn't have meant it. Now, if they win the House back and he decided to meet as the Speaker of the House, he should have. He that's on him. But right now, he should have never done it. Right. And based on that misguided judgment, I ain't got nothing good to say, about it.
Right. Yeah, they played him. He played checkers. They playing chess. They played him.
And that's what I'm saying,
I think
Ron.
he let himself get played because he wasn't smart enough to make a right decision. Don't say that they're smarter than him. He been over the House. He been in the position that he's been in. He knows the optics of what he's in. And you don't come back out and he knew it because he kept it secret that until somebody found out about it. Pastor, you can't you giving him too much credit.
I'm not giving no credit. Him and Chuck Schumer are sorry. I'm trying to say what you're saying. He should never even met with him. I don't believe in Hakeem Jeffries. It's a lot of stuff that could have been done that he's not done. Everything you named, he should never voted for that day. He should never voted to keep the war on him. Everything you said, I've always said Hakeem Jeffries is not ready. He just happened to be the same color as you and I, but he's not ready.
Mhm.
No, I'm not giving no. They played him because he's playable. He's weak.
You know the
He's
sad
more
part
worried about the title Speaker of the House and don't know how to be the Speaker of the House. I'm trying to say. He more worried about becoming the first African American
I agree
Speaker.
with you, but here's
First
the
African
thing.
American Speaker of the House don't know what he's doing.
Leadership, in leadership positions, you have to show leadership. Leadership, me and Byron was talking about this earlier today, and I tell him it's action. I told him it's action. Your mouth can say one thing, but your actions has to say another. And his mouth is saying one thing, but his actions are not showing that he's supporting his party.
Yeah.
And the worst part of it all, Byron, is this. He's supposed to be representing people that look like me, that's electing him in office every year.
That's what I'm saying. He looked like us, but it's all.
Something's off with that, Byron. Help me draw that conclusion.
Again, for me, it's nothing else need to be said. If he was the leader and he's going, he knows what has happened in the past. He knows how this man has treated him. It ain't nothing. It ain't about turning the other cheek. It ain't about forgiving or forgetting. It's about principle. I'm not meeting with you. I'm not meeting with Jared Kushner regardless. Okay, send me somebody that's got a title. So is Kushner a government employee, Riggins?
Yeah.
Is he a government employee? So he's not obligated to meet with him?
But no, here's the problem. Trump uses Kushner, and that's why it's illegal from the beginning, to take care of government business, and he's the son-in-law of Trump. That's the first thing that's wrong. Second thing is what Ron is saying is because he's tied up with Apex, and Kushner is he's a Jew. He went in there, and then the tip he's got money tied up in that stuff, and that's how you know that politics is dirty. You're always trying to look for the lesser of two evils. Right now, he got played. He got played.
I'm gonna make it easy for anybody. I don't care if he's Jew, Palestinian, African American, Negro, or whatever. What I'm talking about is the principle of the issue. He should have never met with him because he is not a representative of the United States government. He has not been elected. He has not been. I don't even think he had. Does he have security clearance and all that?
Trump let him keep that. Trump. That's why Trump keeps sending him over there, trying to have him
Come on, man.
negotiate that war. But what I'm saying what Ron said. This is why he went wrong, because his money isn't.
He went wrong meeting with him.
He wrong meeting with him. But the reason why he met with him,
ain't no reason.
No, I know what you're saying, but he getting money from them. That's sad. He bought. That's what I'm saying. He's bought.
Riggins, and he can get money from them. But when it comes to doing right versus wrong, the money shouldn't be the issue. What's right is the issue.
That's right. I'm agreeing with y'all.
Yeah.
I'm saying he went in on that premise. He's sorry and weak, and he shouldn't be elected to be out to speak of the House. Now, I don't know who we should elect, but he shouldn't be him.
Well, hey, I'm against Palestinians being killed. That don't mean that I hate Israel, because I don't. But my point is that if I took money from either one of them, man, that's why this is what he did is just unimaginable to me, for me. Why would you meet with the devil?
That's what I'm saying. Don't let the devil ride. He's gonna want to drive.
Ron,
something he said in that meeting and something they talked about, as soon as he becomes Speaker of the House, it's gonna come up. It's gonna compromise us. He's gonna compromise the power of the Democrats. Something he said. Jared Kushner's holding on to it. He taped him. I bet he recorded something. I'm telling y'all. He's gonna come out.
You know how hard, and this is the thing, Byron Glass, how hard it was for us just to get there, to be elected in the Congress, to sit in those seats in those halls that we value, to represent people and show representation of ourselves, being in those positions. And then we get there and we run into one person like this that's not representing his people, taking meetings outside of his office or duty or whatever. When you do that, it opens up the door for what else did you do wrong? It opens up the question. It gives people the opportunity to question your actions and what you're saying, because your actions are not following your mouth. See, you can't. This what that video that we just played wasn't a video saying that you admitting your guilt. That was a video saying that you got caught doing what you was doing, and people want answers because it was coming out in the media. So you had to try to come in and clean it up. You put on your little baseball cap so you can kind of relate to your people so they can jump on board there in New York. But let me tell you something. Don't work down here. It don't work in Louisiana because Byron Glass just said it. It ain't you can't cover it up. You can't hide it. Where you are, the person that you are, it's there. Go ahead, Glass.
No, I'm just saying. I think he made an error that it might. Well, here's the deal. If the boy wanted to send Kushner to visit you at your church, Riggins, what you gonna do?
No. If we're gonna meet, it's gonna be a public forum.
Exactly.
Pastor, go ahead and take that. That's from Big T.
Huh?
Big T, do you see the? I'll take it.
Oh,
that's from
Dallas character. It calls you Dallas character, and that's what Trump was trying to do. Trump trying to use it also to make people say, "Look, should we go vote for the Democrats or not? They're weak."
Exactly.
Set up.
Exactly. Shit, he compromised, and he's supposed to be on your side of the fence, but he compromised, in my opinion. Because here's the deal. We don't know what was discussed. We don't know what kind of deals may have been discussed. We don't know what type of terminology was used. We don't know if the other side was wired and we don't know none of that, man. The point is, in my opinion, he should have never met.
What do you always tell me, Byron and Pastor Riggins? You always tell me this, Ron, it's politics.
Yeah.
It's politics. But
totally
every
different.
once in a while, politics rears its ugly head like a rattlesnake striking at somebody. And this is one of those moments that a rattlesnake struck at somebody, and now they're defending their positions. I'm getting tired of hearing him defend his position when he doesn't have to. Just say no. What's wrong with just saying no? Or do you think it's some more money involved talking to Jared Kushner because he's part of the AIPAC? Do you think they're going to give you some more money? And I keep the pastor, I'm going to go here. Every time somebody put a lot of money in you, they're going to expect something in return.
That's what I was talking about.
Hey, Riggins, if he wanted to do this from a leadership standpoint, you know what I would have done? You're welcome to meet with my staff at any point in time.
Yeah. Right, because I'm a government official and you're not a government official.
That's
You're
all
my
I'm
staff.
saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, see, Ron, that's not playing politics. That's being a public servant.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm not jeopardizing the public trust, or if I met with him, I would have, prefigured this. I would have told people that, hey, look, I have a meeting with this. When I get out of the meeting, I'm going to disclose everything that was discussed. We're not going to discuss anything in a meeting that we can't discuss outside of me. You're not going to trap me like that.
Right. Let's have a joint press conference after.
Exactly.
And I got something, Byron Glass. Hell, if I felt that way about him as in that position, hell, I'm like Pastor. Listen, we can have the meeting right and invite the press in.
Exactly.
Have them take notes.
That's my whole point. Now you're not
compromised. You can have them take notes, and that way you're not compromised. You can go back to your people and say, "No, I want to
ladies and gentlemen, we're here today to discuss affordability. Yeah. Because remember, Trump act like affordability not an issue, right? We're here to discuss affordability. I'm so glad that Jared Kushner represents the Trump administration in this cause because we want affordability. Man, he'd be out on the spot right there.
Yeah.
Everything wide out and open. We're not talking about nothing nothing crooked, nothing that's underhanded, nothing we support, nothing that MAGA is talking about, nothing about Trump's war and anything. We're here to discuss affordability. And then Kushner had to put his cards on the table or leave the meeting.
And Riggins, also, my question is now is who controlled the narrative inside of those walls?
That's what I'm talking about.
Because it should have been the government official.
Yeah.
Right, Riggins?
Yeah, right.
So
Right.
that's what I'm saying. You can't gloss this over with nice speeches. I'm not giving that pass. What I'm saying is the guy made an error, and now to me that error has it has lost. I have lost hope. I think they need to look at somebody else to be the Speaker of the House.
Yeah, what's that?
You know what, guys? I want to share this with you and Pastor Riggins real quick. And one of the things I'm gonna share with you, it's a young lady that's on Land Podcast. I think that's what it's called. And she's friends with Hakeem Jeffries. And when you have your friends coming out to tell other people that she's on board with Hakeem Jeffries, that she feels like he wasn't doing anything wrong, something ain't right. Because I'm putting my friends in a compromising position where they're having to defend me for action that I did. Even they know that it wasn't right.
Clean up on aisle 7. She tried to do a clean up.
I thought Donald Trump pulling up at my door and I see that motorcade out there, I might not open that door at my house. I wouldn't.
Well, all I can tell you this, Ron Riggins, it's about respect to me. He can come right here, right now. I'm not showing up.
Donald Trump ain't saying nothing to me. Anything you say to me, we're gonna say, okay, if you want to talk to me, Donald Trump, I'm calling all the press for Houston around. Now let's talk, and I'm gonna tell you about yourself.
Pastor,
Which your depends like on.
Pastor, you're not number 2 in the house. But you thinking better than the person that's number 2 in the house, because you setting the table and you making it available for everybody to understand what this meeting is about, what Jared Christian was trying to relate to him, not hiding it. And that's the thing that I don't get. I don't know why you exposed yourself like that. I thought you had enough experience not to expose yourself and not to let that come out. And you know, it's almost like y'all was saying, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, when I asked you, when I kept on making comments, how come James Tallarico didn't go down to that monument where that guy got killed, and y'all gave me the reason why, because they could use it later on against them. They could use it later on against him, and what you call it? Here's this, Pastor. BG, why is your screen black?
Yeah, right. Every now and then, bearing glass screen gets real black.
Yeah, and I'll bring him back in. I'll bring him back in.
It takes a long time to come on.
Yeah. Tyrone wants to know why your screen was black, Byron Glass.
No, that's positive D.
Oh, that's positively D. Oh, okay, D. Sorry, Big T. I'm calling everybody Big T. Byron Glass just went black again. He switches.
Well, what it is, my phone is ringing, and I'm having.
He has a slow connection some kind of way.
Because his phone is ringing.
No, my phone is.
Yeah, I have to wait. I have to wait about like a minute or two.
No, Riggins,
yeah.
Byron Glass is an important person, and his telephone starts to ring. And so when his telephone starts to ring, it takes priority. So he has to readjust everything that he's doing.
If he has an iPhone, he can go into the focus and put it on work. It'll block everything coming in.
No, he don't want to do that because that's blocking his money.
Oh, okay. My fault.
That's blocking his money. So I understand. Yeah, money come first. I said that earlier, Pastor, when I was out there doing this the Facebook Live. This is what I say. I say, you know what? I can't pay Pastor's bill. I can't pay Byron Glass. So the comments that y'all make on anything that I say, just know that you gotta stand by it.
Yeah.
So Byron Glass is still employed, and he's working. If you see a screen go in and out, he's got to take that telephone call and there ain't nothing wrong with it. We're gonna continue to do it. Put it up. Put it on Do Not Disturb. You're messing up the show. I agree with you, D. Hey, I don't want to change the subject. I want to kind of talk to Byron. Came back on and let him give his conclusion on what's going on. BG back on the stage, so I'm gonna add him back to the stage, and I need y'all to understand that I gotta remove one. Okay, BG, you back on the stage. Before we move on to something else, I want to get your last comments on Akeem Jeffries, and you need to listen to some of the stuff D's saying. D say he's working he's working now on the show. I said yeah, because he has others. He just dropped himself.
Hey, Ron, you shouldn't have brought that up. He's all right. He gonna come back.
I know he is.
Yeah.
You have to understand that some people have a job, and that's how they pay their bills.
Mm-hmm.
I can't pay them. All right, Pastor. Before we go on, since Byron has just left off, we're gonna try to go a little bit further. So Byron's back. Here you come.
Run.
Yes, sir. I hear you.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate this. I'm going to start back using my iPad because I'm using my phone and I'm having phone calls. So when I answer the call, it's kicking me out. But it won't happen no more because I'll just keep my iPad with me.
Yeah, I knew what was going on, Byron. And when I said it, can't pay your bills, I know I can't. I'm barely paying my own, so I'm good.
What AF Riggins at?
I'm right here, man.
Okay, your screen is black, but I know it'll come in.
Your screen go black, but mine go black. We got to sometimes the platform might have to be upgraded because sometimes when he come on, his screen be black for about a minute, and then when I come on,
I don't think the platform needs to be upgraded. I think it's just mine and your connection. And if one of our connections is slow, it's going to do that. So I don't know which one it is, but nevertheless, we back live, Ron. Again, Riggins, here's the deal. Me knowing you, if you came to me tomorrow and say, look, I got to meet with old boy, I'm done. It's nothing you can do. What do you meet with him for unless you got people there that can validate that everything went the way to, but he's not a government official. Send your chief of staff. Send I mean, come on, man. This is reckless.
Yeah, man, I know. I wouldn't even be with Trump. And I'm not even a politician. I don't know Trump in my face without nobody around me. Because I don't know what he's gonna say and do or what he's gonna try to do later to me. But you're right.
Let me try to explain this to our audience. When you get into those offices and you accept that money from people, that's coming to you. They're gonna make those knocks at your door because they're expecting something in return. They're gonna make those knocks, and they're coming.
Riggins, Ron, who's to say that one of those PACs didn't send Kushner in for the meeting?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I was saying when I said what I said. I said when he took the money, he called himself trying to be obligated to that money. And like Barron says, no excuse, but that's why he did it. And now he's trying to backtrack and try to tell us, oh, it's about affordability. No, you got caught. Got caught with your hand in the cookie jar.
Well, how do we know? Can he validate it's about affordability?
No.
So as far as I'm concerned, it's about whatever.
Right. And I guarantee you Kushner got some recording of it somewhere.
Well, Ron, I can tell you this. The way you was about Tallarico, I'm that way, and I promise you, I'm not changing my position on this right here. I can guarantee you that. I'm stuck with it. I'm stuck like Chuck.
We agree. All three of us agree on this. Yeah. That Akeem Jeffries is weak. Now he probably gonna end up being the Speaker of the House, but man, it's gonna. No,
I think they need to have somebody else.
We say that, but we're not up there in Washington.
The Black Caucus within the Congress should consider somebody else because he goes against them.
Yeah, they should. But you think that? I'll ask you a question. You think they
Chris
will?
Van Hollen.
You think they will?
Chris Van Hollen is one.
Yeah. They should have they should not anoint him. They should have an election. They should let him run.
Well, they are going to have an election.
Good.
Yeah, he's the top man, but I heard a couple of them that's running for office. They didn't commit to supporting him, and I'm glad that they didn't, because, like you said, he shouldn't be anointed.
Right.
He didn't show me leadership on this one, Riggins. That's what I'm saying. Now,
He haven't shown me leadership in a while.
yeah, somebody else might totally disagree with that, Ron, and that's fine. We can agree to disagree. As far as me and my position, it's not changing.
You know, I always look at stuff and try to look at it where I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. This one I can't give the benefit of the doubt. Here's the thing that means something probably to the people that's out listening to us right now. We always ask for representation from people that look like us.
But see, Riggins, go ahead, Ron. I'm gonna let you finish.
We always look for people that look like us, and I noticed that Cory Booker and Hakeem Jeffries represent that in the Northeast point of the United States, up there where they operate, where they support, where their representation is there. But here's the thing: if you look like me, and you ain't gonna do the right thing, you're not serving me. You're not serving me. You're not even serving the people that voted you into office. And I know that everybody that voted you into office didn't look like me. But at some point, you got to represent who you are. And if you can't do that, Byron, I don't get it.
But see, Riggins, Ron, but remember, 2 or 3 weeks ago, when they interviewed the man, he was saying, "Oh yeah, I think I can work with Hakeem Jeffries. I think we can get some things done." See, he was prefacing this meeting right here. See, that's what I'm saying, Riggins. That meeting probably had already taken place.
Yeah, right. See, Trump already knew, right?
Yeah,
Trump he sent Kushner to talk to him, and Kushner said he good, he cool.
That's all I'm saying. So the man played him like a fiddle, and Ron, like Tallarico, again, I'm not changing my position. And
so let's have this discussion, Pastor. I just had the thought that come to my mind. I'm running past you. What if he met with him? And I'm throwing this out there. This is Ron. This is my conversation, and I'm kind of imagining what went on. What if he met with him, and Trump wanted to send a message? Look, I know that you're coming. I know that y'all might take over the midterms, but the only thing I'm asking you to do is not to impeach me.
That's probably what it is.
Not to impeach me.
That's probably it is.
Well, see, Ron, here's the deal.
But he come out and say, we're going to hold the crooks accountable. Go hold the crooks accountable. It's about affordability. No, Trump is trying to save his hide.
But here's the deal. At this
Trump
point,
did some dirty stuff.
At this point, Ron, for me, I don't care whether they impeach him or not. I don't even know if I really want to. What I want to do is I want to see the ball rolling again. Yes. I want to see them getting in. I want to see them passing bills. I want to see them getting stuff done that the other side has not been able to get done. So I ain't concerned about the impeachment. That's for whatever. I'm concerned about making shit better than what it is now.
Right. Here's what I want to happen. Get in there. Pass bills
I agree.
That Trump can't veto. Pass bills that even if Trump try to veto, it'll backfire against Republicans for 2028. Then when Trump leave office, then they gonna put your boy back on him. What's your name? He said he's not through with him when he come out of office. Jack Smith.
Yeah.
Put Jack Smith back on when he get back out of office. We don't need no impeachment right now. We need to get stuff going.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Move on for that. I mean, whatever's gonna happen, gonna happen. Let's get the American people back in a position to where they feel safe. They feel like they matter. They feel like somebody's there fighting for them when they're struggling with their affordability, when they're struggling with the gas, when they're struggling to pay their medical bill, when they're struggling to go out on the streets because they're worried about somebody coming. Come on, man. It's more important things than impeaching them.
Right.
In my opinion.
Right. Pass a bunch of laws that stop all these tariffs. We under tariff war with Canada, our own allies. All this junk, pass laws to stop all this crazy stuff he's doing. Like even the beef farmers say, Trump tried to bring $300,000 worth of pounds of beef. They said it's not going to work. It takes 2 or 3 years for us to get back in the market. And these are Republican people that own cows and stuff. They are done with Trump.
But whatever's happening to them, Riggins, they asked for it.
But right. They deserve it. Yeah, they asked for it. But that's what report came out today, though. And they're still investigating. They said that not only did they purge the rolls, they say Trump went in and changed votes. I'll be glad when we get to the bottom. It might be 10 years from now. I might be 6 or 7. But when it all come out, I want to be one on one, write a book about it. I guarantee you, I know they stole that election. You cannot raise $1 billion in 90 days and lose an election. Fair and square.
If you're in America, you can't.
Not fair and square, I said. Not fair and square.
I guess that's subjective.
Yeah, not fair and square.
Let me just say this. You know, as we continue to talk on this show and we continue to identify how wrong that position was, what we also got to realize is that Donald Trump, his position is going to change. If the Democrats go in there and they get the House and the Senate, his position is going to change because he has put in a stopgap that's there. But it does. Go ahead, Pat. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to add to what you're saying. Remember, he was a Democrat prior to becoming a Republican.
Yes.
So his position ain't going to change. He going to go back to what he always been. See, the man is playing you. That's what I'm saying. Right. He's what you want him to be.
Right. He's only about himself.
Yeah.
He's not about Republican and Democrat. He's not about America. He's only about Donald John Trump.
You know what? When you know something else that he said, and it's out there, I don't have to say it for him. He said, if I was going to ever run for office, I would be a Republican because they're the dumbest people that's out there.
Right.
Out of his own mouth. But look at what y'all doing, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pastor.
He was a Democrat at the time when he said it. He gave money to Kamala Harris in the past, gave money to Obama, gave money to Bill Clinton. He already knew all this, but he switched up for himself. And if the Republicans go down, he's gonna blame it on him, and he's gonna ride them horse out with the Democrats just to stay out of trouble.
And as he does this, he's already told y'all the dumbest people that's out there. He told you to your face that you're the dumbest. That's the only party that he could have got in, and he knew that they would have followed him. Those mega hats that y'all wearing, he's telling you that's a dunce hat. That's a dunce hat because he knew where the party that he could get in. But here, I gotta say this. Come on, Pastor. I'm a yield.
No, I'm listening to you. I'm leaning in and listening.
That's a dunce hat. But I want to say this. We have a problem within us as Black people. Our vote is taken for granted because we vote more than any other race that's out there because we're fighting, trying to make things better. But we need to be a smarter voter when we start voting. Glass has said this many times. Many times. You need to know who you're voting for. Our pastor has said it many times. You need to know who you're voting for. Just don't get on board because it sound good. You'll end up in a war that you can't get out of. You'll end up in the Strait of Hormuz, where the gas prices are so high because it sound good. It made good sound bites. He looked good on day one, sitting down there signing all those executive orders, and y'all was jumping up and down, patting your chest like a damn gorilla. Talking about look at him working. Now he can't get out of it. What you gonna say now?
You see, Ron, I guarantee you, those generals told him that the number one issue was going to be the Strait of Hormuz, like every other president knew. But you know what he did? His ego. Oh, I'm Donald J. I can get what I want done. But you see now that shit ain't working.
I mean, not only that, $5 million for every missile we shot, and they were counteracting with $35,000, and we years in the hole for our ammunition. If somebody like Russia or China want to fight us right now, we're in a bad fix. We're in a bad. You
know what, Pastor, and this is what I want to say, and I think that we need to understand this. Russia getting their ass kicked by a country that's half their size, not even a quarter of what they are. They're getting their butt kicked. They can't get out of the war either, so they no better than the U.S. Well, Ukraine is kicking their butt. Here's the other part that I want to say before we go any further is China don't want a war. Yeah. China don't want to go to war with the U.S. because they're making so much money. Why would I go to the place where I'm making my money? Look at what they're doing in China. They 10 times further along than what the U.S. is in technology. They 10 times further along in infrastructure, and they building stuff just to be building stuff. Bridges for people to walk on across big old mountaintops where it's glass bottom. They don't want no war. The only fool that got us in a war that he can't get out of is Donald J. Trump.
I'm trying to be like Putin, but let me tell you something else. Here's what happened with, and the Bible says this, that God says he's going to shorten the time or no flesh will be saved. Here's what happened. United States, Russia, and all the big countries put everything into a nuclear, right? And now we can't fight a conventional war no more. The only way we really could win a war is to almost annihilate ourselves, shoot a nuclear bomb at each other. And that's why, like Russia, they can't really beat Ukraine because why? If they shoot off a nuclear bomb, it's going to mess up Russia and Ukraine.
And Ukraine is the best that's out there with drones, and they are killing them with drones.
Right. See, in other words, we've messed around and put everything into nuclear, and if you push the nuclear button, the consequences is bad.
That's a wrap.
So we can't fight conventional wars no more. And the fool got the nuclear codes. That's another thing. He got the nuclear codes. But he can't even fight a real war, a conventional war.
Let me add to that, Pastor, because one of the things you need to understand about Ukraine was a nation that farmed. They supplied most of Europe their farming, their food, and everything else, including Russia.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're not able to grow anything because they're in a war with Russia and their economy is going down. But they still giving Russia hell on that front. If they ever get it back, they're gonna have to go out there and clean up all those fields of those munitions that's out there, because Russia is losing on every front. That's the reason why you can't. As a matter of fact, they got people trying to get out of Russia because they're intake in their service. They done lost so many people that their intake is not replacing them. People are leaving the country. And there's nothing that Russia can do about it at this point. Nobody wants to go out there and just get killed. I got one more thing as soon as Byron come up, and then we're going to start closing down, Pastor. I want to get y'all opinion, and I'll save mine for last. And when I give it back to you, I'm going to let you close it out, because this one is, but you know me. You know me. You know how I am. This one is bugging me to death. And I need to get your opinion, and I want to hear Byron's glass, and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. But Pastor, is there anything else that you want to add to it before Byron Glass comes back?
No, I'm back. We can't hear it. I'm back.
I'm gonna get it up. I got y'all know I'm working with new equipment here, so let me get it up. I might play it twice so you can hear it.
We can't hear it.
I know it's coming.
You have to think 2, 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. I refuse to give up power that could impact the lives of my grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren that aren't even here yet, because we all in our feelings about Jasmine Crockett, who didn't care enough about her own damn campaign to hire a damn campaign manager. Absolutely not. Wake up. Wake up. Love Jasmine, but she ain't worth it. Jasmine, but she ain't worth it. She is not worth it. We need to wake up. Be strategic. Think about the game in a chess standpoint and not a checker standpoint. We have to think 2, 3, 4, 5 moves ahead. I refuse to give up power that could impact the lives of my grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren that aren't even here yet, because we all in our feelings about Jasmine Crockett, who didn't care enough about her own damn campaign to hire a damn campaign manager. Absolutely not. Wake up. Wake up. Love Jasmine, but she ain't worth it.
I want to get your opinion as soon as it stops.
She's not worth it. I
want to get your opinion.
Okay, Ron, let me just what happened. And this is what happened every time we were discussing this whole Crockett and Tallarico situation. Crockett got caught off guard. It's not her fault. And this woman here should just be quiet about it. Here's what really happened. Jasmine Crockett, a congressional seat district, was X'd out by that new redistricting that Trump asked to do, and Republicans. Tallarico is already in the race for the Senate, even though we really didn't know him. And then Crockett, her district got X'd out. She had a choice. The new district that was put in, she let her pastor go try to run in it. And she decided to jump into the Senate race. Tallarico was already in it. When she jumped in it, she got in late, and she might not have a campaign manager because she wasn't ready for it that quick. And it showed up. She lost the race with the money from the outside, with Obama involved. Like you say, the National Democrats came in. She lost, but it wasn't all her fault. Well, now for this, what this lady's trying to say is what we've been saying, but she's saying it in the wrong kind of way. What I've been saying is Jasmine Crockett's gonna have another day soon, and another opportunity she's gonna be able to get back and run for something. Right now, we need to focus on Tallarico getting the Senate, Jenna Hinojosa getting the governor's race. So when she says, let's focus on getting the power, she's saying that. But she was saying that some people was upset about Jasmine Crockett, act like they don't want to get on board with Tallarico. And so she's overreacting, over-exaggerating to addressing that. So there is two things can be true at the same time. Sound like Jasmine Crockett, she didn't have a campaign manager, was handicapped by the fact that she got in that race late. But for this lady to come out and make a big stink about it, it don't help nothing right. It don't help anything right now. She's positively saying that Jasmine Crockett is supporting Tallarico and Gina Hinojosa. Let's all get on the same boat and go vote to flip Texas. Not have a big old discussion, hollering, screaming about the downfalls or whatever she could find a flaw in Jasmine Crockett. And she's a black woman at the same time doing it. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I made any sense.
All right, go ahead. So are you in listening distance, Baron? He must. Let me just go ahead and let me get my part in, because I'm gonna say this and I want to be clear about this. First thing I'm gonna say, I'm voting for James Tallarico because he's the candidate that I feel like he's the best candidate at this time. But what this lady said, she didn't know what she was talking about. And because you got all them degrees and you got a PhD and whatever, you don't know what you was talking about. And here's the reason why I know that she didn't know what she was talking about. She said that Jasmine didn't have a campaign manager. Jasmine did have somebody that she was getting advice from. She also took polls to see if she could even get in the race. You making it sound like she just totally just jumped in the race. If I'm a national representative of the state that I'm coming from, I should be able to beat a nobody. All the stuff that went on behind the scenes, from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party, she had to fight in the battle. I don't care what nobody says. You can't fight in front of you and battle what's behind you at the same time, because the Democratic Party, and I can call names, Liz Smith. Most people don't know who Liz Smith is. She's the biggest king builder in the Democratic Party, and they had built Tallarico up. And when Jasmine decided that she wanted to enter the race, they had to build Tallarico up to her level. So when this lady comes on and make those statements like she did, she don't know enough about Texas politics. She don't know enough about what's going on behind the scenes, but she makes a statement to another black woman that's actually running for office to make a difference. When she makes a statement, she makes it seem like Jasmine is not doing anything out there. Jasmine is what she said, and she didn't say that she wasn't endorsing Tallarico. On day one, what Jasmine said is, I'm gonna help down ballot candidates. Jasmine still has money within her coffers that some of those candidates don't have. And she's taking that money that she has and investing those candidates down ballot. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's not endorsing James Tallarico or Gina Hinojosa. That means that if we turn the state blue, that she has helped to turn it blue. So for somebody to come outside the state and criticize her, that's on you. You don't know enough about Texas politics, but you come out here and you say something like that. You are a Stephen A. Smith woman by saying something like that. because you don't research. You just run your mouth. You get diarrhea of the mouth and you say stuff, but you don't care about who you hurting. You really don't. Go get you some toilet paper and clean it up because you don't know politics enough in Texas. Glass, come on and give it back to Pastor Riggins.
No, I'm listening to you because you know more about the situation. Again, you know, people do misspeak all the time. And remember, just because a person got a mic don't mean they deserve a stage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just need y'all to understand that. And Pat, Byron, I'm gonna let you tell us what's going on in Louisiana, Pastor. Give us your stuff. I got your
Ron,
stuff. No, I want to talk about Jamie. I want to hear about Jamie Davis.
Yeah,
Come
I was
on
just
now.
about to say he running, and I have seen little to no advertising. He was in my hometown last Wednesday. I saw little to no circulation about it. I saw 10, 12, or 15 people that were there. It was more. It was all of us. But it's not just it. Why wasn't everybody there? I don't see nothing that the Democratic Party has put out. I don't know if he's received any money. So again, Ron, it's getting like you got to go and get the dollar fundraisers or the dollar donations, Riggins, the 25-cent donations, because politics the way it used to be. Remember, I told y'all a couple of years ago, there's no more norm. There's no more normal. You know, anything that's happened is subject to happen, and there's no bottom. You know, this guy has made, in my opinion, Barack and Bill and Carter, you know, those were true statesmen. Those were true leaders. You know, they didn't have hissy fits. They wasn't pacified. They didn't have to have a young blonde, running behind them and massaging their ego. They didn't have to have diapers. Man, let me just leave that alone.
Let me say this before I give it to Pastor Riggins, because I'm gonna let him have the last word. Byron, one of the things that you say, and here's what I advise anybody that's going into politics. All the money is not being made by being a political figure, taking all the heat. It's people behind the scenes that's calling the shots that you see every day. And they're calling the shots and they're making money behind the scenes. And that name that I call Liz Smith is probably one of the most powerful people. She made the people Byron just got through naming, made them who they are. Pete Buttigieg, Barack Obama. She even worked in part of the Clinton campaign. I'm just telling you, it's people outside of what you see. Like you see me and Byron here. There's some people making money on both sides of it, Republican and Democrat, that you will never know their name.
James Carville.
James Carville, he was there with Bill Clinton. It's the same people. It's the same people, and that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's the same people that's making more money. So if I was going to do it, I want to be behind the scenes too. I don't need nobody to know my name unless they research and find out who I am.
Yeah, Barack Obama had a couple.
Byron, before I give it to you, hey, Pastor, before I give it to you, I want to tell Byron to tell his lady, I see her walking. I thought it was a ghost at first because I see her walking in the windows and I see that door opening back there. Just tell her I say hi. Just tell her I say hi.
Just say hello.
Yeah, because I see that ghost. I looked up there. I said, wait a minute, Byron, you got a ghost walking around. Because I was looking in that back window up there and that ghost, your shadow was coming in that window behind Byron. And I said, wait a minute, something going on. What's happening? But anyway, I figured it out. I said, I'm going to say it at the end. So Byron,
I got to exit because I got to go to the airport to pick up my niece.
I know.
Hey, that's a nice time, man. Hey, Byron.
Yeah, nice
time.
Thank you for reminding me, Byron. Go ahead and make your deuce out, man. Appreciate it.
Ron, has your son left yet?
Yeah, he left. He arrived back in Atlanta at 5:35.
Okay,
he said on his next visit, he's gonna try to meet you there.
Okay, I'm headed to pick up now. She said bye to y'all.
All right, bye.
It's a bad time.
Hey, Riggins, you can use whenever you get ready, man. All right.
Byron, enjoy yourself. Be safe, man. Be safe. Peace. Pastor, get us out of here.
Let me tell you something, man. We're living in some different times, brother. Living some different times. And more than ever, we need to all try to get on the same page. When I say that, I mean people who are trying to do what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're Democrat, Independent, Republican, it's time to stand up against everything that's evil, everything that's crooked, everything that's greedy, everything that's racist, everything that's trying to destroy the democracy of the United States. That's from our city government to our county government to our state government to the United States of America. If you watch the news, you see so much evil stuff going on. People, since Trump in office, everybody's suing everybody to try to do the wrong thing. Fort Bend County, they're suing each other back and forth. Harris County, the county judges and commissioners can't get along. City council in Houston fighting with the chief of police over the ICE stuff. Abbott trying to harbor a criminal. Minnesota charged this ICE agent killing somebody. Abbott trying to harbor him and don't want to extradite him. Now the Department of Justice, they're going to look into it and see if they're going to give some. Now, for Trump's own Department of Justice to try to look at giving the guys some charges, something went wrong. Go to the schools, and the students don't want to learn. They want to play, fight, and vape all day. Some are learning, but too many are not trying to learn. School districts are in trouble. Some schools getting F rated, D rated. State takes over, HISD makes it worse. Come to the church. And what is the church doing? We're at fault too. Until we complete the Great Commission. To go. G-O, go. That's what I'm talking about tomorrow night. Go to all the world and make disciples. The word disciple means discipline. Until we learn to teach you how to live a disciplined life, everybody doing their own thing, and no one's trying to learn how to become a better person. I didn't come to preach a sermon, but I want to say, until we learn how to do better and become better, we won't have any better. And for us, as it relates to politics and government, we're only going to do better on November 3rd when we flip the House, we flip the Senate, and we flip Texas. Ready to vote and go vote. We thank God for this platform. Thank God for the opportunity to impact our community, our city, our world. We leave this platform, but not his presence. We give his name the praise for all that we do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Hey, before we get out of here, I want to do one thing. Pastor Riggins, get this out of the way.
Oh yeah, tomorrow night, I was speaking of it. You can join me at Aquila Fennell Riggins, Facebook Live. We do a Bible study simultaneous with Church of our pastor, United Covenant Church of God, along with Sugarland Church of God. Pastor Brian Bryan's the pastor there. 7:05 p.m. we come live on Facebook while we're on Zoom with those two congregations. We study book by book, chapter by chapter, verse by verse. We're in Matthew the 28th chapter. On Sunday mornings, you can catch us in person at 6555 Mesa Drive, United Covenant Church of God. Also on Facebook Live. On this Sunday, one of my social pastors will be preaching at 11 o'clock service. But at 3:30 p.m., citywide unity service of churches that we fellowship with in the area. 3:30 p.m., Ron, won't you come out? I'll be preaching. I'll be preaching 3:30 p.m. this Sunday.
I'll see what I can do, Pastor.
At a fellowship, 3:30 p.m., I'll be preaching. And it's a timely word that we have for a time like this.
Let me share something with y'all. Tomorrow my show is about what we've been talking about, but I'm gonna kind of put it together because if we don't take this mission and turn it into a Texas first and not an American mission or a national mission, we're gonna it's a possibility that we could lose both seats. Governor Abbott has $67 million in his coffers that he's spending, and Gina Hinojosa and James Talarico had a national campaign that's behind them. But I don't see them putting as much money into them as they need to in this last 90 days. So we somehow have to get Gina Hinojosa and James Talarico on the same page and make sure that they understand that it's a Texas first mission and the reward is Gina and James Talarico. So tomorrow I'm gonna tell you some of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes on both sides. The reason why the mission is probably tilting, and you feel it. You feel what's going on. We need to be prepared to go through this battle because they're coming out with everything that they can. He might have to use all that $67 million to get in office. $22 to go knock doors. I'm just telling you. He's showing you that he willing to
$22 an hour. $22 an hour.
Yeah, $22 an hour. Just to go knock doors. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. I want to say thank God, because I always do that at the end of this podcast. Pastor, we thank you for what you do. Continue to fight in the community. Don't ever give up. And I'm gonna try my best to see what I can do on Sunday. But one last thing, Pastor, before we got here, because I'm acting like a minister. One last thing.
You're closed 3 times.
I'm gonna attempt to go to Gina Hinojosa's conference in Liberty, Texas.
When is that?
Saturday. Somebody sent it to me in my message box.
That's good.
One of those coalitions sent it to me in my message box to go out there. So I'm gonna attempt to go out there and I'm not gonna do a Candace Weber, but I want to hear what she has to say and see if it comes across because I'm trying to support it with everything that I got. Y'all take care. Good night. I enjoyed it. We're gonna end this stream. We're taking a lot of extra time because it's almost election time.